Hello, hello. It's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to the Great Big Card Swap. I'm so happy you are joining us today. It is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. It is the second Tuesday of the month, and that means it's time for our first monthly swap showcase. The theme this month is masculine, and I have over 55 cards to share with you that I think will surely inspire you to create. And if you haven't already participated, you're welcome to send in a card for part 2, which will happen in 2 weeks on Tuesday, September 17th. We're always the second and the fourth Tuesday. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so happy you are here. Let me go over quickly what the Great Big Card Swap is. It is so much fun, and it is a way for everyone, every paper crafter, to swap and exchange cards. So the idea is that you create a card using the monthly theme. Like I said, this month in September, the theme is masculine. In October, our theme will be think outside the box, which is a little tricky. I think it's going to challenge you whether you're actually creating a card that is outside of normal, or if you're just literally creating a card that has elements outside of a box. I don't know. I think you guys are going to come up with some fun ones. You can send your card to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. Now, when you do send in your card, please make sure not to write inside. We do that so that whoever gets your card can send it on and share it with somebody else. I also ask that you include $1 to cover return postage and envelope. If you don't have $1, I've heard from some of you that don't have cash. It's okay. You can just put a stamp or two inside the card to cover it. That'll be just fine. I think that's it. You can use any paper crafting products. I try not to put a lot of rules on it. So it's okay if you don't have Stampin' Up! Products. It's okay if you have retired Stampin' Up! Products. I don't care. Make a card. Send it in. I'm always so inspired by all of your cards, and I know you will be today. So thank you for joining me live here. If you are watching live, please make sure to leave lots of comments to encourage our card makers here in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, you can leave a comment and tell me about all the cards you love, what you love about them. Let's just make all of our swappers feel loved and welcome. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Katie, it's not too late. You can still send your card. I would send it in the next week to make it in time for the next video showcase. But of course, you can still send ahead for October. I think I covered everything, but all this information is in the video description, so check it out there. We are going to start with some late arrivals. No matter when your card arrives, even if it's a little bit late, I will still always showcase it in the next video. And so last month, our theme was monochromatic, and I had a few cards that showed up a little bit late. One of them that was postmarked August 2nd. I don't know what took it so long. Sometimes our mail is a little slowpoke, but that's okay. Like I said, I will always share your card whenever it arrives, even if it's a month or two late. So let's start with those monochromatic cards. Our first one came from Luann Crosby. She used the split window card. She said, inspired by Jennifer McGuire. That is so much fun. I created a card like this that I was inspired to create from another swap. I didn't realize it was a Jennifer McGuire card. That's really quite fun. So the way I did mine was I scored a line here, and then I die cut from the card front, and then I glued the spine down to create that split card. So fun. Love this circled, I want to say layered in circles, but dotted circle, maybe it's dotted circle embossing folder. That's a new one. And the catalog, so pretty with the shades of blue. And we got a black and white card here. This one from Mary Jane Martinez. Love the color blocking here with the different designer papers from an older celebration paper, a black and white. It was like the something penned paper. Oh, does it say in here? Beautifully penned. Hey, I did pretty good. Beautifully penned designer paper and the perfectly penciled designer paper. Oh yeah, it looks like maybe two different kinds of paper there. And the silver embossed sentiment. I love that on the front. Then we've got this one. Oh, this is from Ann Telecki. And I hope you're feeling better. I'm so sad that to hear that you were sick, but I've been dealing with some crud too, and I feel like yesterday was kind of rough, but I'm feeling better today. This is beautiful. Anne says her favorite color is this peach pie. It's so pretty. I love, again, we got some color blocking here with the designer paper, a little bit of glitter paper, and some die cuts from that Nature's Harvest, I want to say, bundle. She said she was inspired by Ange McKay and Robin Armbrecht, and yeah, the harvest dies. Hey, I'm doing pretty good tonight. The greeting comes from the Quiet Reflections stamp set, and the iridescent foil. I love that. Flower or cone flower die cut and stencil were blended with a blending brush. So pretty. And thank you for sending an extra card for me. Ooh, I love that on the inside. You're on my mind, coming from that same Quiet Reflections stamp set. So beautiful. Oh no, Katie, I'm sorry to hear your husband's been sick. Yeah, I can't, like, I feel better and then it just comes back. Like, it's got its claws in me. It's just this like tickle, and yeah, I don't know. I don't feel sick enough that I feel like I need to go to the doctor, but I just feel sick enough that I'm just not feeling 100%. Our next monochromatic card is from Leslie Von Metnitz, and she sent in two. We've got a this or that, and these are just reversed with some, it looks like pixie pink and, oh, a light pink pirouette, maybe. So pretty, these colors. Spotlight on Nature dies, wishing you happiness today and always. What a great sentiment. That cane weave embossing folder. So this or that, let me know which of these you prefer. I think I like the darker embossed background and the lighter card base and circle, but they're both so lovely. I think there's just a little more contrast on this one. Who said allergies? Connie. Yes, I heard that there was a really high ragweed pollen count, and I think I'm allergic to ragweed, so that has not helped the situation for sure. Last week the allergies were really kicking in, and it was that like itchy, watery, it was just terrible. Our next category of cards, we're going to start into those masculine cards. And I love that I can say this. We're starting with planes, trains, and automobiles. And I think we're going to throw in a few other vehicles in there as well. This first plane card comes from Nancy Bridges. And I love this look of wood. It is layered designer paper, and I think it just looks really awesome. So 3D. Love this sort of postage die cut, a happy birthday, and the layered dies here. So fun. What a great card. And I love how you've done the inside too, Nancy. Adventurous Sky Suite. That must be the die here. This looks like a non-Stampin' Up sticker. Yeah, perennial postage, and oh, the stickers are from the dollar store. That's awesome. I love that you're mixing and matching everything. Such a great card. Oh, I love all the colors and how everything kind of goes together. Our next playing card uses that Adventurous Sky bundle. This one is from Barbara McCuistion, and she has used some of the designer paper. I kind of love this look. Punched out with the heartfelt hexagon, and it creates kind of a fun window and then the stamped clouds. Barbara says that she was inspired in Case's card from Karen Titus. Especially love that little twine underneath the sentiment flying by to say hi. What a great card. Oh, we're moving right along. We've got another one. This one's from Myrtle Thorne using some airplane designer paper. I'm not sure, this might be one from the Adventurous Skies or Take to the Sky designer paper. There is one of those 12 by 12 page paper designs that has different sort of vignettes in it. And so this might be one of them. I can't remember. But love that clean and simple card, just letting the designer paper kind of do all the work. Very lovely. Here is another one using the same designer paper in the Adventurous Skies bundle. This one from Melly Turner. And she's got that riveted. Is that the name of that embossing folder? Metal plate. So close. Ooh, what's going on here? Ooh, it looks like Melly did some sponging with the cloud template and maybe like a blending brush. It's really pretty. I like the way that turned out. So nice. And detail dies here with some fun specialty paper, the tartan foil. was an online exclusive for a while, and I'm not sure if it's still in there anymore. Great layering, Melly. Such a beautiful card. I shouldn't say beautiful, such a handsome card. We have another this or that. This one comes from Kimberly Barbish, and she sent an extra one for me. I don't think this folds out at all, but the layering and the cutting looks so detailed and so perfect. So this or that, tell me which of these color combinations you prefer. On this side, we've got some, looks like some cinnamon cider and just jade on top of the boho blue clouds. And then over here, some cherry cobbler and wild wheat on top of the mossy meadow map. So tell me which of these you prefer. And I'm going to show you, she's got some measurements in here for you. So let me do a close-up of that. I'm just going to pause here. I'll show you the card like this so you could do a screenshot if you would like. This card layout was inspired by Sharon Armstrong. All right, hopefully you got it all. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for sending an extra one for me and sharing 2 different combinations with the colors. Oh, they are just both so lovely. I can't use that word. I've really got to come up with some different words tonight since we got masculine cards. They're both so nifty. Oh, fantastic. Okay, there's our planes. Let's move on to our trains. We got a few of those. Several cards using the new online exclusive stamp set that's called Greatest Adventure. This one is from Sherry Pyre, and she created a diagonal easel card. So this is kind of like a regular bookbinding card with the glued down part over here. And then this front part is scored diagonally so that you can fold it and prop it up behind your little Stampin' dimensional piece there. So you've got this diagonal easel card where the front kind of folds over and then displays really nicely. I love that. And this designer paper is so fun with this stamp set. Now I have to say, I am impressed. This is not a set that has a die. So Sherry has fussy cut around that train, and it looks pretty marvelous. If I was just looking at it, I would say it was die cut. It looks so nicely done. I wish our paths crossed more often. Love that so much, Sherry. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, if you haven't seen the diagonal easel card before, I do have a tutorial for that, and I'll add the link to the video description when we're all done with tonight's video. Our next Greatest Adventure card comes from Narita Hernandez, and she used that All About Autumn designer paper from last year. Can you see it in the background with the treetops? So beautiful. This is the Greatest Adventure stamp set, and yes, okay, I got it all right. I love the little train on the inside. Looks like some copper clay for the card base and for the layer. A little bit of sponging here, and I love the way that kind of ties some color in. I have this stamp set, and when I've used it, it's always been very like black and white or gray, and so I really love the way that you have added some color to this and tied it in with the tree designer paper in the background. I know, Terry, right? She says she doesn't have this train stamp set, but as usual, seeing these cards makes her wonder if she needs it. I hear you. I always feel that way when I see your amazing cards. Our next one comes from Annette Crescetti. She said she was inspired by a card that I made. This is one I did for my Nature Sweetness card kit, and I was actually inspired by one of our swaps from the Great Big Card Swap, who was inspired by Robin Arbrecht. And it is a I forget what it's called, a vertical horizontal card. So there's like a piece that goes here, and then the vertical sort of like almost like a gatefold or a little double flap card there. I love these colors. I'm kind of obsessed here. It looks like a very dark blackberry bliss with some moody mauve designer paper, and the eggplant or that blackberry train. I think that's just such a unique color. I never would have thought to use that, but I absolutely love it. I think it is so great. And we've got some, it looks like a gray granite here for the smoky slate. Smoky slate and gray granite are so close. I always get them mixed up. What a great card. Annette, thank you so much for sharing that one. Oh my gosh, look at this one. This is from Ginny Pender. And she said that this is, all these except for the envelope are from the 2001 stamp set, all aboard from Stampin' Up. That is so awesome. Ginny, you'll have to tell us, is this a wheel or is it a stamp? Do you remember we used to have those wheels? The Stampin' Around wheels? Oh my gosh. That is a flashback for sure. A throwback to a long time ago. I love that. All aboard. Do you guys have that stamp set still? I'm so happy that you were able to bring this one out, Ginny, for our card swap and use up some old stamps for our masculine theme. That's always so much fun. Thank you for that blast from the past. All right, we did planes, we did trains. How about some automobiles? We've got this really fun card from Mary Jane Martinez. She used a similar embossing folder that we saw earlier. This doesn't look like exactly the same one, not the metal plate, but something similar. And she has embossed on foil, like regular aluminum foil from the kitchen, and then wrapped and glued that to a piece of cardstock. I think you could do it either way. You can wrap it around, and I know Anna's coming to peek. She's like, what is this? Isn't that cool? Yeah. That's just aluminum foil. So you can, I would think that it would be easier to wrap it around the cardstock and then emboss it. But I suppose that you could emboss it and then wrap it around the cardstock. I don't think it matters, but super, super cool. And what a fun stamp, Road Trip. It's from Close to My Heart. The stamps are the car and the road trip. Super, super fun. Mary Jane, thank you so much for sharing that awesome technique with the foil. I love it. And next up, we have a card from Pat Stewart, who created this one. I remember this old truck from Stampin' Up. We got the black and white background and then the boots. Yes, have a blessed day. What a great card, Pat. Thank you so much, too, for sending an extra for me. That's so generous of you. Our next card, look at this one. It's from Connie Campfield, and she used the Crafter's Companion stamp set and die to create this one. What a fun card. So it is this car shape with the fold there at the top. So probably the die was just cut a little bit lower, the fold was a little bit lower than where the die cuts the top of the card. All these fun details and a fun car-shaped card, including the little rear view mirrors, is just so much fun. I can think of so many guys who would love to get a card like this. I love it. Or any car-loving women as well. Our next is This or That. This is from Sandy Allman from Canada, and she's created a Poppy Parade version and a boho blue version. So, this or that. Tell me which one of these you prefer, that classic red car, or do you like the blue one? This is the Geared Up Garage stamp set and dies, and the background from You've Got This. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah. And then the Tim Holtz Gears dies and on the back of the card. Ooh, back here. Oh, yes. That goes so nicely with it. Thank you so much for sending an extra card for me as well, Sandy. That's so generous of you. On the inside, we've got some stamping here with the gear dies, and those are done in like a brushed silver cardstock. So this or that, red or blue. Oh, it was almost unanimous. Connie and Marilyn. No, Marilyn likes the blue. Connie likes red. Marilyn says blue. Heather, Maria, Barbara, Diane, Tootsie Bell likes the boho blue. Terry says the red. Katie says the blue. It's more split than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I showed you this detail, but there is a little bit of the crystal effects on the windshield and on the headlights too. I think that's just such a fun detail. You've thought about everything, Sandy. These cards are amazing. I know so many people who would love a card like this. Thank you for sending an extra again for me. You're too sweet. Oh my gosh, I love this one from Eileen Curry. This is a brand new stamp set that I've not seen before, only in the catalog. This is a fun little race car stamp set, and I love how she has sponged the back there for the flames. This is such a fun one. I think this is just a standalone stamp set. I don't think that it has coordinating dies. So I think these are all fussy cut. This stamp set is called Racing By, and it is a favorite with all the men in her life. I love that. Eileen, thank you so much for sharing your card design with us. A little bit of designer paper here. That's what the road is. Striped designer paper that is glued on at an angle, and then the stamped flags in alternating red and blue. So fun. Red wins first prize here. And I think maybe our this or that poll as well. Thank you, Eileen, for that awesome card. Our next one is from Tony Shaw. And this isn't a car, but it is a vehicle, so I included it in there. We got the detailed dies with the motorcycle. Love that flame in the background. And this designer paper is an older one, but I just love how it has that sort of texture to it. So it is glossy and also matte, and it's just has different gray and black design. Such a cool one. Deckled rectangle here. Those are so perfect for guy cards. I love those deckled rectangle dies. Thank you, Tony, for sharing this. I hope you're having an awesome time on your retreat this week. Our next card is another this or that. This one is from Risa Zillion, and she sent 2 cards. One of them here is a boat. And look at this. I love that technique. I'm not sure what that is. Risa, if you're watching, please let us know. It looks like maybe embossing powder that is just sort of bunched up a little bit. It looks really cool though. It has a fun texture on the clouds. And then some stamped images here in the background. It looks like maybe with some chalk. Let your dreams set sail. And then she said she had to include this one for my fishing loving husband. I love the layers here on your birthday. And it's kind of like a tri-panel with the window in the front. Really, really cool. And I love that, that chic designer paper. I can't remember the name of it with the leaves. It's so pretty. So this or that, I get to keep one. Thank you so much, Arisa, for sending an extra card for me. That fishing card is just so amazing. But I also really love the sailboats. You know, my parents used to own a sailboat for a while when I was in high school, and my grandfather always loved sailing, and so the sailboats make me think of my grandfather and my father too. I always like to make them cards with sailboats on them. So fabulous. Let your dreams set sail. Yes, well, I don't know about the embossing paste. It looks like it is grainier than embossing paste. It might be. It kind of looks to me like embossing powder that has been, you know, I want to say gooped up, but that's not the right word. It could be embossing paste. It would be the same kind of effect as embossing paste. I've got some more nautical cards, so I put them all together here. This one comes from Rachel Chazinski. I love this red, white, and blue themed card. My mom always made cards for Grandpa with boats that were red, white, and blue, and so this just makes me think of him. Love the little flags here and the alternating colors. Such a great card. I know Grandpa would absolutely have loved to get this one. And this looks like a fun technique. I remember these embossing plates. So it looks like it is colored on the plate and then embossed. And I don't know how well it comes across. It wasn't like an embossing folder. If I remember right, they were these plates, like letterpress kind of plates. And so you would color them and then you could run them through and create a little bit of a texture there. Really awesome card. I love that. Here is another one with the Seaside Wishes. I think, was that the name of this stamp set? This one was inspired by Angie Leach using the Seaside Bay and Seaside Wishes. So Seaside Bay, I think, is where the birds come from, and the Seaside Wishes might be the words, perhaps. This one is by Myrna Hernandez, and she used some of that designer paper that went along with the birds, Seaside Bay, when that first came out. And I love these little pebbles. That was from another suite. I want to say On the Horizon. Was it from that suite a couple of catalogs ago? What a great card. Pecan pie here for the card base, and then some crumb cake for the birds and for the layers. And that's the color crumb cake in the designer paper with Night of Navy. Awesome card. Another favorite of mine from over the years. This one's from Dee Chamberlain. And this was the Sailing Home. Yes, the Sailing Home stamp set. I loved this one. It had a sailboat and some designer paper that matched with it. Some detailed dies like this captain's wheel. And then the Thinking of You is from another greeting set. Love the banner and the and the square. Those are from a stitched, was it just the stitch shapes? Was that the name of the die set? Such a great one. Now we've got Stylish Shapes, which has circles. Maybe this is from Stylish Shapes. I get them mixed up. The Stylish Shapes and the stitch shapes. Yeah, the stitched shapes had ovals, circles, and squares. The Stylish Shapes has circles, squares, and banners. I think I got that right. This is such a great layout. Knight of Navy, a retired, I think, bordering blue in there. That's an old color. And that nice designer paper there. So fabulous. Thank you so much, Dee, for sharing that card. Love those blasts from the past. Speaking of which, do you guys remember this designer paper from Celebration? This was just this last year, right? With a trusty toolbox, or maybe the year before that. This card is from Cherith Day, and check out that little pop-up. The designer paper had some images that you could fussy cut or die cut, and it also had some coordinating stamps in the trusty toolbox, or the trusty toolbox was the name of the designer paper. Trusty tools is the name of the stamp set and coordinating dies. And then the sentiment here is amazing phrasing, which I believe was another Celebration stamp set. Love these colors. Love that pop-up. If you haven't made a pop-up like this, it's super simple. You just make a little strip of paper that is scored at like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you kind of glue it all to make a square. And then the square folds flat like that when you stick it down right in front of the fold. Now, if you haven't seen this before, I'll add it up to the links in the video description when we're all done. Simple pop-up. And you can see kind of a video that shows how to make that. Thank you so much, Cherith, for sharing your amazing card. I think someone's really going to love getting that one. Here's another one with the same designer paper. That's trusty toolbox designer paper. This one's from Mary Fudge, and she has these fun little trinkets, and she took such care to match up the trinket to the designer paper. So the screwdriver paper, the hammer, and then the wrench and the nuts and bolts. What a great card. I love that. Nice color blocking with the layering there. So fabulous. The next card, I'm surprised we only got one for golfing. This one is from Annette Funk, and she used some of that golf designer paper to cut. This looks like there are 4 different rectangles that are cut diagonally and then kind of rearranged to create this fun look. Almost looks like a quilt. I love the way those kind of diamonds and triangles work out. So she's using this So Sentimental stamp set, and the designer paper, I don't remember the name of it either. And we had a fun golf paper. I think it actually was a 12 by 12 designer paper, but I can't remember. Does anybody remember the name of the golf designer paper? Hello, Sharon. Yes, we have shared Tony's card already. Let me hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh, it was the motorcycle one. Yay, that was so fun. There's Tony's card. I love that so much. I hope you guys are having fun on your retreat. Sharon and Tony and Jane and everybody else who is watching. So happy that you guys are getting together like that. All right, we're moving right along. We got another hobby over here. We just showed a golf card, but how about fishing? This is a big hobby for so many men, including my husband. He loves to fish. He's not like a huge fisherman. He just likes to take the kids out to the pond. But I love this designer paper. This is retired from Stampin' Up. I think all these cards use that retired designer paper. And so it has these images of the fish that can be cut out for the inside. This card from Joe Williams. I think this stamp is from the turtle set. And the fish too as well. Happy birthday. Great layering on there. Our next card is from Lori Watucky, and she used that same designer paper. And this one is from, the stamp is from the He's the Man suite, I think. It had a coordinating stamp set with greetings. Every day with you is another adventure. Oh, that's so fun. I love the little added addition of the linen thread. I think that really kind of, no pun intended, ties the whole card together. Oh, you guys are right. I think that golf paper was called Country Club designer paper. Thank you, Dee and Maria as well. Yeah, you guys are so good. I knew you remember that. Our next card is from Joan Talent, and I love this kind of fold. It has a front flap that folds out, and then the whole card opens like that. So cool. I love these little fishing bobbers here on the inside. This is the Biggest Wish stamp set. Happy birthday. And then this folds back around and tucks underneath. Embossed here with one of those little embossing folders and the stamped dies. I love the different colors on there. This is Pebbled Path. I'm so glad it's your birthday, so I can tell you how wonderful you are. What a great little fold. I like that. So it looks like a long piece of cardstock with one part cut off here, and then that folds to the front. So it's a little bit shorter than the regular 4 1/4. Just a tad. Our next card is from Shella Sams. I love this layout. I kind of recognize it as one that I've used on one of my back pocket card layouts. And I just love these colors together. This is Wild Wheat with the Mossy Meadow. And I think everything is just tied together so beautifully. This card just sings. It sings to me. It makes me so happy. Deckled rectangle here for the happy retirement. That greeting is in the fishing bundle, and so is good things come to those who wait. What a fantastic card, Shella. I just absolutely love everything about it. Well done. Well, it's not quite a hobby, but our next card does include something that is happening a whole lot right now. Not just drinking, but football. Oh my gosh, I have to open up and show you this amazing card. This is from Ann Hansen, and she said that she was inspired by Jackie Bullheis from Klomp & Stampers, May 5th, 2023. Okay, so you open up the card and it has a special little flap. You're going to want to take out your little triangle fold. You lift up here, and then let me move this again. You slide up the belly band to make a goal post. And then you can practice sneak play football. What a fun card. Oh my goodness gracious. I just love that. My husband is the biggest football fan. Bigger than golf, bigger than fishing, bigger than all of that. He loves football, and so this card is just so much fun. I love that it is so interactive. So let me break it down here. It looks like it has a regular card front. Okay, so just a regular card front, and then this piece is extra on top. The regular card front, and then half of it is folded in, and then there is a several strips of early espresso cardstock, a skinny little belly band that goes all the way around, and then more strips that attach to the top. Okay, so pretty simple when you break it down like that. You can check out Jackie's video if you want to see that a little bit up close, but that is sort of the basics of it. And then the folded football is just the little, like, folded up into a little triangle. So fun. Oh my gosh, I just love that. I think that any of the boys that I send cards to would just absolutely love to get such an interactive and fun card. And so what do you do when you watch football? You drink beer, of course, right? Another round for your birthday. What a perfect card for this time of year. I love it. Oh, we've got a couple cards that use some older stamps with dress up. So to a classy kind of guy. This one was some retired designer papers from Quinn Fong. I remember this paper, and I love this stamp with the mustache. Wishing you a dapper day. In fact, I think the designer paper was called dapper something. Dapper. I want to say Dapper Dad, but I know that's not right. And there was also some designer paper. I don't think it was this one. I think it was another one that was like, I want to say Andy's Closet. Like there was some kind of like, they actually took patterns from someone at the home office, like their shirt patterns, and turned them into designer paper. Oh my gosh, so fun. I loved the colors on this. It looks like some pretty peacock with the Night of Navy, early espresso, some crumb cake, and vanilla. And then similar card here, just as far as style, get it? Pun intended. This one's from Tracy Evans, using a different stamp set. You're simply marvelous. This is the one that had the coordinating designer paper that I'm thinking of. That was like the closet one. Deckled rectangles. Again, see, we're seeing those over and over again. They are so perfect for masculine cards. This looks like some soft suede designer paper and cardstock here. And I love the designer paper tie and the two that are stamped here. Just such a simple design, so well and effective. I absolutely love it, Tracy. Thank you so much for sending this one. For the win. That sounds like an old stamp set, Sherry. That we have had so many great masculine stamp sets over the years. Sometimes I feel like not enough masculine cards or masculine theme stamp set designer paper. The airplanes right now I think are really, really fun. And we've got, I feel like in the last couple of years there have been some additional options. Our next card comes from Christine Almond, and she oh, this is that designer paper we saw earlier. A Wash and Beauty. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different designer paper. I thought this was the Chic paper. Oh, it is so beautiful. Are the colors lost, Lagoon? This was case from Tina Smith, Simon Says Stamp Video. It is a acetate or window sheet card, and I love that you can kind of see through the designer paper that's on the inside. You can see that through the card front. Look at the detailed die here. So beautiful with the gold, and Christine has included some different sentiments that are all embossed on different pieces of the oval punch, so you can customize this card however you wish. How thoughtful of you so much, Christine. Thank you for thinking of that. I love all the little details. Your cards are always so amazing. I want to say beautiful, but I can't. The soft soothing stamp set for the sentiments. The Stampin' Up! Double oval punch, and Anna Griffin is the die cut on the front. Absolutely gorgeous. And thank you so much, Chris, for sending an extra one for me. That was so thoughtful of you. Your cards are always so beautiful and such a work of art. It is always a treat to get to keep one. Our next card comes from Mesa Sama, and she created this one during our Sunday stamping stamp-along. We just did this, gosh, like a month or so ago. I've lost track. Oh, I love this layout, Mesa, and I'm so glad that you used it with these fun designer papers that have different shades of green and a little yellow in there too. Sometimes I think we overthink masculine cards, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be any kind of crazy masculine image. And so many times I hear like, oh, that's great, but my husband doesn't fish and he doesn't golf and he doesn't like sports and he doesn't, you know, like airplanes. And so like he doesn't work on cars. And so sometimes you don't need to do anything crazy. Just change up the designer paper to colors that aren't pink. Although my son wears pink sometimes, so pink could be a masculine color too. Real men wear pink, right? I appreciate you. Thanks. What a great card. I feel like this could be a card to send to anyone, and such a versatile layout. I love it. Our next card, oh, I love this. It's for a baby boy. This is from Kathy Triebenbach, and she has a Z-fold card where the front, oh no, it doesn't work there. Oh, that's so fun. I love that when it's all pulled out and you can see all the colors together, and the little stickers here for the baby boy, a bundle of joy. Oh my gosh, so fabulous. This is a great color combination too. So fresh and so perfect for a baby boy. Some light blue, light green, a little darker green, and that light yellow too. This one inspired by My Inky Fingers, Cindy Lynn. It's called the Triple Fun Fold. Fabulous, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing that awesome design. I didn't even think about baby boys when I thought about the masculine theme, but yes, It's for boys and men of all ages. Our next set of cards all use animals, a common theme, I think, for boys of all ages. This first one from Carrie Zacharias. I love this clean and simple layout with 2 strips of designer paper from that farm designer paper. This was a celebration paper from a year or 2 ago. Was it just this last year? It's always such a blur. I get them all mixed up. I really just love the simplicity of these 2 strips of designer paper. I would guess that they're 2 inches by 5 or so, and I think that is just really fun. Probably it's the same paper just turned around, but I just think it is such a great simple design. I love clean and simple. Thank you, Carrie, for sharing that one and inspiring us. Our next card comes from Diane Dawson, using this raccoon stamp set. And do you guys remember this corner punch? It's like a photo corner, and it had a couple different sizes, and this was one of them. I think that is so fun to sort of frame the card around the raccoon. Smart, good looking, and funny, but enough about me. Happy birthday. You know, raccoons, I don't know why I always think of my husband. I think he must have had something in his childhood bedroom that was a raccoon picture on the wall or wallpaper or something like that. But he used to collect stuffed animals when he was a young boy, and maybe there was a raccoon stuffed animal. I don't remember why. Raccoons make me think of him, but they do. Black and white. What a great card. You can't go wrong with black and white. That's so perfect. Our next card from Jennifer Crabtree uses some of the new Lily Pond Lane designer paper with the cute little duckies. Just thinking of you today. Granny Apple Green for the card base. And then I just love the layering here with the different designer paper pieces from that paper pack. It kind of reminds me of the card layout I just did last month. A little bit different, but has some of the same elements. Love that. I love that paper. I'm going to use that some more. This is not a duck, but it's a crane. Teresa Scott made this one using the... Oh, I'm not going to even say it. I remember screwing this up last time when you guys were correcting me. Oh, that is a really sticky Post-it note. It tore up the designer paper, or the cardstock. Oh. It's the... that one. That stamp set. Yep. I love the colors. Pear Pizzazz is one of my favorite light green colors. I really miss. We don't have a good light green color. Soft Seafoam is our light green, and Lost Lagoon is too, but it's too green, too blue, Lost Lagoon, and Soft Seafoam is just too light. I really miss the Pear Pizzazz because it was just the right in-between color. This one is really pretty, and I don't know how well you can see, but it almost looks like some soft blending with the blue back there. Really beautiful and die cut to really stick out and pop up a little bit there. Heron. Thank you, Katie. Heron habitat. Heron? Heron. Heron, you said it right. Heron. I don't know. I was always saying like Huron, like Lake Huron. I don't know. Like I said, last time I said it wrong and somebody corrected me, and it's one of those words. It's like the bow punch. Did I get it right? The bow punch. Let's move on. I got a really amazing card from Patricia Williams. She always has these amazing fun folds that just make me smile so much. So this is one of those, I like to call it kind of a bridge card because it has the top that's part of the folded, and then the bottom, and then a piece like that bridges it in the middle. But this one's kind of different, one that like I've never seen before because it has like 2 bridge pieces. So this is a really long piece of cardstock. No, it's not, because this is a regular size cardstock, and the bridge piece, and then this is just folded, but it comes up. You can see from the front, and then you also have a bit here. I'm just always in awe, Patricia, of your cards. They always just, there's always fun things to open up and look at and see, and they just always make me smile. And these puppies are so cute. The joy of the journey is best measured by the friends, not the miles. Thank you for being you. Oh, what a sweet card. I just love that. And it's cute little dogs. Thank you so much, Patricia. I don't have measurements, but I'm sure you guys could figure that out or come close to it. I love it. Next up, a card from Peg Herrick using the Gangs All Mirror. Do you remember this stamp set? It was a celebration set a couple years ago. And then we've got the split, what was this one called? The split two in the package. Just the split card front dies or something like that. I don't remember the name of it. And then some designer paper peeking out from underneath. That's so fun. Looks like some chalks maybe used to color in the meerkats. So cute on the inside there. A little bit of the cactus that was from the same stamp set. So fun. I love the colors here. That yellow with the dark blue is really, really quite stunning. Our next card is from Marge Krasneski. Oh, I did enjoy the mouse on the envelope, Marge. Thank you for that. She's got such a great collection of mouse stamps. And here's one. This is from the Nature's Beauty stamp set with some designer paper from Rings of Love, I believe. And this is also Nature's Beauty. Hoping this year is full of adventure and excitement. What a great card. I love a little bit of grass there and the textured paper that you've cut. Fantastic. That was great paper. Oh my gosh, this card is amazing. Oh, this one is from Sue Hebert, and she has some measurements here. She said, okay, let me show you the card and then I'll show you the measurements. This is so fun. She said the front was decorated with Moments A2 fern background and Spellbinder fern. So several different layers of die cuts here. I love that happy birthday. And then the inside was decorated with Recollections stickers. Now this is a tunnel card. So it is scored like into quarters. And then the centerpiece, she's got a twine that's glued to the back there, and so you can twist this so that when you open it, it will flutter. Oh, I think it's getting stuck on the sticker. Yep. Oh, well, it didn't quite work out, but that is just so fun. I love those stickers, the jungle animals there. My stepmother-in-law, she is a big jungle animals fan, so she would love this card. So fun the way that you've layered everything together, and just the dimension on this tunnel card is so amazing. So let me give you some measurements that Sue has provided for us. A little spot in the back to write your message. She said that she made this card using a pattern from Hobby Lobby, and she modified it to what she needed. So I will hold it like this so you can screenshot if you want those measurements. Thank you so much, Sue, for sharing those with us. I think I have a tutorial for a similar tunnel card, maybe not quite exactly the same and definitely not jungle themed, but I'll add my link to the video description so you guys can check that out. I think I also have a tutorial for a card similar to this. This one is from Debbie Lindauer, and this is a pop-up box card. Now, I think mine, the measurements are a little bit different. I think it was smaller, but I love that she's used pieces here from one of the retired paper pumpkin kits with all the little animals. This was such a fun kit. I love these colors. Fresh freesia with some rich razzleberry, some pear pizzazz, and some crushed curry. So this folds flat and then it folds up to create the box. Really cool. Have you made a card like this before? There's a spot on the back to write your message, and all those little die cut pieces, all the leaves come from that paper pumpkin kit. So fun. Thank you, Debbie, for sharing this one. All right. Yeah, this would be a good one. Was this supposed to be for next month out of the box? I'm thinking all of a sudden that maybe it is. Debbie, let me know if this is supposed to be for next month's theme outside the box, because now that I think about it, it seems like it would be. So I'm going to save it for next month and show it again. And if I'm wrong, just let me know and I'll swap it out with the cards right now. Okay, put that down. Oops, there we go. All right, we've got a few more cards to go before we're done. I love this masculine theme. Do you guys struggle creating masculine cards? I hope that you feel inspired by the cards that I've shared today. If you have, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to send in your masculine cards. I do ask that you limit to 1 card entry per month. So if you already have sent in a card for the masculine card theme, please don't send another. Of course, you can send for October, but let's limit it to 1 per person per month, please. And you can send your cards to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. Our next card swap showcase will be in 2 weeks on September 24th. Did I say the 17th earlier? I don't know. Our next video will be on September 24th, the 4th Tuesday of September. And if you're sending ahead for October, the theme is Think Outside the Box. And Debbie's card just so perfectly fits that theme, doesn't it? Marilyn, great question. Yes, the box card did fit, I think, in a regular envelope. How could that be? It must not have. She must have sent it in a larger envelope because that is bigger than a regular card. All right, our next 2 cards use pieces from the same Memories and More card pack, and one of them, yes, World of Good card pack. Thank you so much. This one is from Michelle Mullen. Michelle, thank you so much for your lovely card. I opened all the cards today, and I got the card in your note that you sent for me, and it really touched me so much. I'm so happy that you are enjoying these videos, and I'm so glad that you sent in a card for this month's swap. So simple here. That's what I love about the Memories and More cards, is that you don't have to do a whole lot to dress them up a little bit, you know, maybe make a little fun fold or just layer them up and you have an amazing card. This one's got some great foil on it. We've got the cinnamon cider color. Do you love that one? Yes. And then this card is from Cindy Kittner, and she used the same Memories and More card pack to create this one, Today's Adventure, and then Celebrate Your Special Day. Love that little strip of designer paper on the front and the measurements there in case you want them. Do you guys like those Memories and More cards? Leave a comment and let me know. This is an old one. It's retired, but we've got a new Christmas one that coordinates with the Reindeer Days suite. And then there's also one in the annual catalog. And no, 2 of them in the annual catalog. One of them coordinates with the Unbounded Beauty suite, and the other one coordinates with, I'm drawing a blank. Thoughtful Journey. That's right. All right. These next cards, well, these 2 use pieces from All the Best paper pumpkin kit from a couple months ago. And this one uses the stamp, and this one uses designer paper that kind of reminded me of the pieces in that kit, so I just put them all together. Let's start with this one from Patty Tucker, Trust the Universe. I love that. Wood green is such a great texture, such a great pattern for masculine cards. And this sentiment, I feel like you could send this to anybody. It's such a great sentiment, such a great card with the dark blue, navy, and that wood grain. We've got some nice wood grain paper. You'll find that in the Country Woods designer paper pack. That's a good one. Kind of coordinated with some of the You're the Best paper pumpkin kit. So here's one from Rose Saley, and she combined some other elements that weren't in the paper pumpkin kit. It looks like some stickers and some gems here to round out this card. I love all the layering. Such a nice job on that. And on the inside too. Oh, that's awesome. The best is yet to come. I like how you decorated the inside and just kept the story going. The story that's on the front is fantastic. So if you love anybody that loves to hike, that loves camping, that loves the outdoors, I think this card would be so great for them. Here's another one from that paper pumpkin kit. This one from Charlotte Nidegger, and she used lots of pieces from the paper pumpkin kit, and then some other stamps here. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's so true. I love that. Great colors and such a great layout, Charlotte. Thank you so much for sharing your card. Do you recognize the stamp? It is the same one over here that Diana Barber used on her card. This is that faux shutter card. She said that she just tried this technique, the fractured technique. I've seen several names for it, right? The fractured technique or the faux shutter. And so she said it was easier than she expected. I love that. She used the soft suede designer paper from Glorious Gingham. Oh, that was such a great paper. It had some different colors in the gingham patterns. Oh, the paper pumpkin kit was from May. It was called Best There Is. I think I called it the wrong thing. And then the birthday wishes is from the newer, oh no, an older Light the Candle paper pumpkin kits. Oh, I love that on the inside too, the little banners. Such a great card. Thank you so much for sharing that, Diana. Thanks for trying something new. We got a couple more cards. Our last ones kind of have an outdoorsy theme with leaves. This first one is from Kathy Gailey, and she used that Truckin' Along stamp set and coordinating punch. Now, the stamp set has sold out, but the punch, I think, is still available in the United States as an online exclusive. The designer paper is the All About Autumn designer paper from last year, and we've got this fun double flap card using copper clay. Look at that. I love the stamping there with the different colors on the trees, both on the front and the back. Really beautiful. I love the way that comes to life and some of those cork embellishments. Oh, so fun. Let's see here. I think I got all the details right on this one. Okay, so shading some parts of, I like that. She said she used a dark daffodil Stampin' Blend marker to shade some parts of the truck. And, no, I was just seeing if she said anything specific about the way that she did the trees. But to me, that looks like just some sponging on the stamp before stamping that. Really beautiful. And I especially like that she colored the tree trunk, and it just, the contrast against the color just looks fantastic. What a great card. Love that so much. Here's one from Molly Burke, and she used the Earth and Textures designer paper. Do you remember this one from the last annual catalog? Some of the elements here, like the little fan, are die cut from that designer paper. And then we've got this great texture and the stamp image from the die cut pots and this designer paper. I just saw this embossing folder downstairs today. It was that sentimental something softly sophisticated. That was a softly sophisticated embossing folder that was part of a celebration level 2 set. Like that stamping on the inside too. Basic beige, such a great color both on the front here and the inside. If you don't have this one, it's such a great neutral to add to your collection. A little bit different than Very Vanilla. If you're looking for something that's a little more, I would almost call it like a stone color. So it's a little bit, let's say darker than Very Vanilla, but it's not really a dark color, just a nice alternative. I'll say that. Our next one is from Leslie Kneisel, and she used the Changing Leaves embossing folder in hybrid. I love this. So she inked up the folder and did this one in the Pretty Peacock, I think. No, Tranquil Tide. Ooh, Tranquil Tide. That's an older color. And Cinnamon Cider. Here are the measurements in case you'd like them, since she included them. Thank you so much for doing that, Leslie. What a great card. Again, really simple, using the embossing folder for the background. That was weird. I was seeing like a buffering. I don't know if I got a text message or something that interrupted the stream. Sorry about that. Such a simple design with the embossed background and then the focal image. I think just really lovely. Nope, I can't use that word. Very handsome. Our next card is from Marilyn Edens. She used the Meandering Meadow designer paper. That's so pretty. I love that paper in the background. And then the Frosted Forest dies, pumpkin pie for the card base, and this is that floating circle technique. So you're going to do that with strips of paper on window sheet and then die cut the whole thing with the stylish shapes, and it kind of looks like those paper pieces are just floating. I also love it because it sort of helps with the sun set look with the different lines. I just think that's really graphic and really fun. Love that so much. And the sequins I think are just perfect. Thank you, Marilyn, for sharing that. Our next and our last card is from Jenny Oliver, using some Evening Evergreen and some Coastal Cabana in here. I love those die cuts, the Tropical Leaf Designer paper. Perennial postage dies here, and a little peek of that paper on the inside too. Oh, these were such great cards. Thank you to everybody who sent in cards for this great big card swap showcase. It is not too late if you want to make a masculine card and send it in. Everyone who sends a card gets one back, because after I showcase the cards, I mix them up and I send them out to everyone who sent one. So thank you again to all of our swappers tonight. If you enjoyed the card ideas that they shared, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos like part 2 of our great big card swap. Have a fabulous evening, and I will see you next time this Thursday for Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. Bye, everybody.